Hey everybody, welcome back. Today's featured guitar tone is a live flanger tone. Flange means flanger. I could have typed in flanger. I just typed in live flange. So this is going to remind you of Eddie Van Halen because he pretty much brought the flanger in the forefront in the late 70s and did some amazing things with it. That's what this is. This is a live flange tone. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, leave them below. I'm using the Boss eBand JS-8. So whatever effects processor, stop boxes, pedals, computer-based software, amp modeling, I will get you there. My tones are free. They're very, very good. These are all brand new tones for the Boss eBand JS-8, but they will work perfectly for the JS-10. And whatever software you have, just go ahead and look at the screen and follow the settings. And obviously, if you don't have my exact settings, then go ahead and look at the knob positioning as you would a clock. All right. So, and real fast, I have a brand new YouTube channel. It's called Yesteryear and Today. That link is below. I post videos there every single day, and it's a pop culture retro channel. All right. So if you want to know more about it, it's in the video description on the main channel. All right. Yesteryear and Today, the link is below. I'd love to see you all over there. Go ahead and subscribe and share, and I'd be greatly appreciated. We'll be doing filming locations, movie reviews, celebrity deaths. Maybe we'll have some cheesecake and some Funyuns. Who knows? Who knows? All right, let's get into this live flanger tone. Okay, let's get into the meat and potatoes. All right, for this, okay, we have an amp, and again, like the previous guitar tones, the Danny Gatton, the Chet Atkins, the metal clean, and the live clean tones, I'm using an amp, but the amp is off because we're using a limiter. So we're going to be using an amp, a limiter, a flanger, obviously it's a flanger tone, some EQ, noise gate, we have delay, no chorus, and we have a reverb. All right, let's go ahead and begin. Let's get into this tone. All right, so for this, we're going to have a Roland JC-120. That's the amp modeling I'm using, a Roland JC-120. Any clean amp will do, but this is the amp I chose. Those are my settings for the gain and my effect level. And you'll see that the amp is turned off. Be sure and turn your amp off. So for these past videos, if I'm using the limiter and you see the amp is off, keep it off. It's not an error. All right. So for this tone, again, turn your amp off. Okay. There's my settings for the bass, the middle, the treble, and the presence. All right. What's next? Now here we're using a flanger, obviously, and there is my rate. Where's it at? Yeah, there's my rate, my depth, the manual, and the resonance for the flanger. Okay, there's that. That's not the only effect I'm using. See, now we're going to come over here to limiter, and we're going to go into the limiter, and there is my threshold, my release, and my effect level. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I take that back. Oops. The threshold is at 35. I take it back. My notes. There we go. My release will be at 35. And my effect level for this. Oh. Okay, I'm messing up here. Sorry. My threshold for the limiter is 35. That's fine. More thumbs. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's good. All right. So the limiter is at 35 threshold. Release is at 35. And my effect level will be at 72. All right. There we go. Sorry for that. Sorry. Yes, we all make mistakes. Okay. What else? And we're going to lock this in because I meant to lock it in. We do have EQ. So let's go ahead into the EQ. All right. So we have on the low gain, we have -4. High gain, we have 0. And the level, we have a +10. And see the bottom right? It's on. We are using EQ. All right. So the low mid frequency, we have 1.00. Low mid Q at 1, and the high gain or the low mid gain is at -8. Again, this is a live flanger tone. All right, next, the high mid frequency is at 8.00. High mid Q is at 1, and the high mid gain is at +4. And lastly, the low cut, high cut. Low cut is at flat, and the high cut is at 6.3. Okay, there's that. Noise gate, we have our noise gate at 50, and the threshold's at 30. I do have delay. The delay is at 482 milliseconds. Sorry about that. My feedback is at 30, and my effect level is at 74. This is the delay. Now we're not using chorus. See the bottom right? I'm just going through the next menu. So no chorus. We are using reverb. And the reverb I chose for this live flange tone is room. There is my reverb time. There's my high cut. And there's my effect level. Now because remember, my limiter settings were off. I can find my limiter. Hold on. I'm just going backwards. So my limiter was at 35. My release was at 35. And my tone is at 72. I want to lock it in. Because earlier you saw I had different settings. I never locked it in. So let me go ahead and lock it in. All I did there was hit the menu button. That shows up. I'm going to hit enter because I want to write over it. Remember, I'm writing over that limiter setting. I'm going to hit enter. And I'm going to keep it as is. I'm just making sure that the limiter settings are up to date. So I'm going to hit enter again. I'm going to hit enter again. There. Because remember my limiter settings were off by my notes. So I wanted to lock that in. So now it's there. Alright, so that is it. That is my live flanger guitar tone. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, leave them below. I'm Tony, and thanks to everybody who have subscribed to my channel. And stay tuned for the next guitar tone video. Bye everyone.